Hey guys, it's me Minnie and I'm back again with another video. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, so I thought it would be really cool to do a full face of my favorite brand or a one brand only full face, and of course I chose Kat Von D because she is my fave and I love her to death. I love everything she does. I love, that she's vegan and cruelty free and she helps animals and she donates to charities, and she's just so eclectic and wonderful and talented in so many arenas, and I love her, and I aspire to one day it will be goals to work with her artistry collective. But anyway, let's just hop right into it. So I'm gonna do my whole face with Kat Von D stuff, and it's when I was looking through my stuff, it was actually the only brand that I could do that with, minus the primer because her primer doesn't work well for me. So I don't own it. I've tried it. It's nice, but for my dry skin, it does nothing for me, and it doesn't smooth and blah blah blah. So I do. Shit. Okay, I have her Locket foundation right here, and I'm in the shade Light 46. So this is brand spanking new, and I have her beauty blender that she put out with in collab with Beauty Blender. Of course, it's black, and these long nails are just not helping me right now. So this is a very full coverage matte foundation. So a little bit goes a long way. Like, holy crap. And I'm really impressed with the coverage. This and Marc Jacobs has some of the best coverage that I've ever seen in a foundation, in my personal and humble opinion. Also, she has a nice shade range. I think she could definitely come out with a couple of lighter, couple more mid-range, and a few darker. I think she actually has them out. I just think that the Sephora that I worked in doesn't have them. So I don't know if they stock accordingly to like what they sell. Like, oh, if we sell tons of like the light shades, let's stock those, or however that works. But from what I've seen, they could use some more shades, but this is just a great product. So just like that, with two pumps, I've done my entire face, and I covered everything except for my little chickenpox scar right there. Had that since I was a kid. Every now and then, someone I know, friend, boyfriend, someone, will be in just the perfect lighting, and they'll say, "What's that?" And I'm like, "What's what?" And they're like, "That little scar." And I'm like, "Oh, this is my chickenpox scar. How have you never noticed that before?" And they're like, "I don't know." I'm like, "Well, you know me for freaking 10 years. Like, what do you mean you don't know?" But it's just a weird little tidbit. But yeah, it's the only one I have from having the chicken pox. I don't have any others, just that little guy. So like literally 20 seconds, flawless face. I'm sure it was longer than 20 seconds because I can't shut up, but you know how it is. Now, I have dry skin, so I was really scared to wear this because I'm like, oh my god, it's going to be Cakeville. Although I do think it is ideal for those with oily skin, I've made it work for me in my dry skin, so that's kind of impressive, all things considered, because lesser coverage foundations can get cakey on me, and then this full coverage one doesn't. And it's like, what? That's weird. So let's go ahead and conceal. So right now I don't have any of her Locket concealers because I used the last of mine. Either I used the last of it or it fell behind my vanity because I don't know where the hell it is. I don't know. So I'm just going to mix the whiteout with this LA Pro Conceal because this is not my favorite. I'm trying to get rid of it. And that's pretty much what I was doing with... I actually bought the whiteout for Halloween because I went as Suicide Squad Joker, which went over really well, you guys. Like, people were like, holy shit, girl. There's pictures of it on my Instagram. I studied the makeup for months, and I was like preparing for, this costume. And I've never really cosplayed or anything before, but you guys, I think I did a pretty damn good job. It's one of the best things that I'd ever done, and I'm very impressed with how it came out. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, that's fine, but if you'd like to, I'll leave it below as always, and you can go check out my makeup, just scroll back and you'll see my Joker, my Jared Leto Suicide Squad Joker that I did for Halloween. And I didn't want to go overly pale, so I just kind of mixed this whiteout in with my foundation and concealer, and it worked out beautifully considering how freaking pale I am. So but yeah, that was nice. Got a lot of compliments. This year I'm thinking about going as Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad, just to, you know, kind of nod to last year's costume. But at the same time, I don't look good with blonde hair, y'all. I'm really not good at fixing wigs. I've purchased some, but I can never make them, like, I can't finesse them the way I've seen other people do. And I look so fucking weird with blonde hair. So although I could do her makeup and stuff for sure, and I could, you know, find an outfit, I don't think that I can, I don't think I could pull off her wig without looking like a total idiot. But who knows? Sometimes you think that, and then everything comes together so beautifully, and you're just like, oh wow. But I'm more interested. Halloween is my favorite day of the year beside my birthday, and it's one of the only holidays that I really celebrate. And having a bomb costume is like super important to me. And I don't have like thousands of dollars to spend, or even hundreds, I really don't, to drop on Halloween for something I'm going to wear for one night. So, I don't know. Okay, with that being said, I have this little travel sample size of her setting powder in translucent, and this, oh, did that just fucking happen? Did that just happen, you guys? The fucking tab, well, the tab broke off, so let me see how, and of course it's the day that I put on like fake nails, so it's like even harder for me to get this out. But while I'm trying to dig this bullshit out, and do I have anything that could grab it? Oop, I think I almost got it. Yep, I'm getting it. What was I gonna say though? Yeah, I did a cosplay for Tank Girl, and that's kind of an older movie, so some of you probably won't know. It was also a comic book, but I did that, and I got every piece of that literally from Goodwill. I think the only thing that I needed was the hat that she wears, and I think my friend Alex got that for me. But like, I painted the tank top that she wears with the Target on it, and yes, I'm still struggling with this. And I did that all from like Goodwill stuff. Also, I went to I went to a steampunk party at a nightclub, and I made my entire outfit minus this corset that I had for, I don't know, less than 20 bucks at Goodwill. I bought like this brown like ruffled skirt, and I tucked it up into my corset, and I wore some boots that I had. I bought, what did I get? I got like I found a white shirt with like lacy shit, and I cut it apart and I made cuffs, and I wore the top, and I put like lacy stuff on there, and I wore that under the corset, just peeking out. And then I went to Michael's and bought like little bits of like cogs and stuff, and I just popped that shit on like a little hat that I had, and you know, like that. And I made this outfit that people were like, oh my god, you look so cute. And I was like, thank you. Meanwhile, that shit fucking cost me like $20. But I think that's the fun that I find in it, is like, it's so challenging. It's like, here's 20 bucks. Let's see what you can make out of it. So this is the first time I've used her powder. This came in a 500 point perk, 500 point reward perk box, whatever you want to call it, from Sephora, which is sometimes like a really great way to get travel size stuff, or to get, sample size stuff, so you can determine if you like it before you use it. And I like it. It's not my favorite powder because it's not doing anything for my pores. I like pore minimizing, but it's okay. It's good for baking. So now for the eyes, I'm actually just gonna line them really quick with a black liner, as always. But yeah, comment down below what you think I should go for Halloween. I would love to hear your opinions. I always think it's interesting what people have to say about stuff like that, because I like to go with things that I could pull off. So I'm interested in what like you guys think that I could pull off for Halloween. I've always wanted to go as Marilyn Monroe, but I've always stopped because she's a blonde. And whenever I find those wigs, they're so cheap and gross looking. And they're like $40 for a cheap, gross looking wig. So it's like, why bother? Like, I'm not going to drop money like that on a wig I'm going to use one time. That's going to look horrible the whole night. I did once go as Elvira, which is also on my Instagram if you scroll back, and I pulled that off. That was cool. So I'm going to go in with her Metal Matte Mini Eyeshadow Palette. This was kind of a miss for me because I already own a lot of her Metal Crush shadows and a couple of her other palettes. And I think that unless you're like a collector or you're just ridiculously like in love with her brand and you want to buy it all, this is something you don't necessarily need. You know, this isn't a need. Unless you missed out on the old Metal Crush stuff, then it's a great thing to grab for sure, if it's even still available. So I'm going to go in with Suede, which is the shade right here. I'm going to pop that into my crease. Oh, this has quite a bit of fallout on the matte shades, which is not something I've experienced with like the Shade and Light eye palette and such. But yeah, I will never let myself forget that I missed buying that Mi Vida Loca palette that she put out that was like circular with all the colors of the rainbow. That was limited edition and I fucking missed it. And now when anything else releases, I'm like, oh my god, I have to get it now. And it's like, I just wind up buying a lot of the same stuff, but that's okay. I don't mind giving my money to her even though she's richer than God. Her furniture is amazing in her house too. And she's doing music. I've been following her on Instagram for a while and she posts herself singing sometimes and I'm like, oh girl, get it. How nice. So let's see. What should we do? Let's have some fun. Let's go in with Flash, which is this pretty gold, and let's see how that compares. If you watched my Too Faced chocolate, okay, it compares. I was saying how the gold from that was one of the most beautiful that I had ever seen, and certainly the most pigmented. This is definitely a very close second, if not an equal. Holy crap, I was not expecting that. I thought it would just pick up like a little bit and I need to spray my brush or whatever, but not at all. Not at all. And it builds beautifully as well. And I totally have something in my eye, you know, right on time. I always laugh because I'll be at work and I swear to God, like the only time I'll get something in my eye is when I'm talking to somebody or when I'm filming a video or when I'm doing something and I'm like, really? Really, universe? You gotta fuck with me right now? You couldn't wait? Couldn't do it when no one was looking? Life is funny that way though. So yeah, this is really, really pretty. And this is Flash. And I did not own this single of from her. I don't know if this even was one of her singles. I know that Synergy and Raw Power were, and Thunderstruck, because I own those three. But this is absolutely beautiful. Very impressed. So I'm just going to go in with Oak, which is this brown. And I'll take a little bit out in this V so we can give it some depth. And in the comments below, let me know, like, if you had to do like a one brand tutorial on like your channel, even if you don't have one, it's okay. What would you use? Like, what do you have at your vanity table that you have enough of that you could do a one brand tutorial with, you know? Like, do you own tons of Too Faced products? You know, is it L'Oreal, Maybelline, you know, Jeffree Star? He doesn't have foundation yet though, so I'm sure he will eventually. But I just curious to know what you guys are stocked up on. Are you a Kat Von D fanatic like myself? So I'm just deepening this up and giving it some depth. This is actually coming out really pretty, and I'm almost regretting that I'm not going anywhere right now because I would like to wear this out. I'm definitely going to have to redo this look with some lashes and head out for a night on the damn town because this is so pretty. I'm even taking that oak further into my crease. How pretty. I've been so into golds. It's weird. I'm not a gold wearer. All of my jewelry is like silver colored. I don't buy anything gold colored because I have cooler undertones, so I always thought that complimented me, but I just think that's really, really nice. I don't like taking shimmers on my lower lash line, so let's get a little weird, as I like to do. And I'm going to get some of this off my brush, and I'm going to take some of this color, which is called Velvet, and I'm going to go on my lower lash line. And these mattes are nice. They are. I just wanted to, you know, change it up a little bit. That's nice. And blend that out a little bit. I'll go back in with my blending brush for that. This is a beautiful, deep, like aubergine color. Very, very pretty. I don't know if it's not this lighting because it's kind of like you can't really tell that it's that color when you smoke it out with the black eyeliner. Like, I don't know. I can't really tell. Like, it's not like, oh, wow. It's not like a vivid pop of color, but that's okay. I don't mind that. These are my favorite freaking colors to use anyway. I like these reds and these oranges. Oh, I got a little bit of fallout. Should have left more powder to bake, so I could have brushed that away. And where's my blending brush? Just taking the tiniest bit of that and then just blending that out. Now I could kind of see that it's a red wineish color. I'm always afraid I'm gonna take it too far on like the lower lash line and like it's gonna look like I have a black eye. But it's okay. Now Kat Von D doesn't make a mascara, so I don't have a mascara to put on or lashes, so I'm gonna just stay like this and be true to the tutorial. Now she does have my favorite eyeliner in the world, which is the Tattoo Liner, but I'm not gonna use it. I don't want to use it. I'm not doing it. So I'm gonna take my favorite highlighter on earth, and that is the Thunderstruck from her original Metal Crush Shadows. In the last time I was in the big freestanding Sephora by my house, I noticed that all of these were no longer on the shelves, and I was like, bitch, what? I know that she introduced like the little highlighter palette, but I found those to be really powdery, and these eyeshadows work beautifully for me, just absolutely beautiful. And if you're very fair, I mean, anybody could wear this, but if you're very fair and you always have a problem finding a light enough or pale enough highlighter, this is really, really good for you. And that's just so beautiful. Oh my god, I love it. And I'm just going to finish up with some of her Everlasting liquid lipsticks and lip liner. This liner is in the color Blood Milk, and this is the lipstick in Exorcism. So what I thought was really cool is these are creamy, they're mechanical twist up, twist down, very like hydrating creamy lip liners. But the name of this is what really got me, Blood Milk. I know it sounds weird to those of you who don't know, but God, using these colors make me so nervous. It's like one mistake and it's all over. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. I already made a mistake right there. I'm like, oh. So if you ever make a mistake doing that, take it and press up. See? Because you're going to cover that anyway. Don't drag it down. That way you don't fuck up your foundation. And then you just go in and fix it. No problem. Upper lip, same thing, but it's always scarier. So I start with the Cupid's bow. I'm not even on camera. There you go. So if you're not used to like defining your Cupid's bow, or you don't have a defined Cupid's bow, this is a nice trick. You make a little X like that, and then You just bring it down. That's the best I got. So anyway, back to the story of Blood Milk. Apparently she's really good friends with the people that own the company Blood Milk, and they make such beautiful handmade jewelry. Absolutely incredible. They have a great Instagram account that I follow. I have yet to treat myself to one of their pieces, but my God, you guys, like, what is it, like, covet? Like, I want Blood Milk jewelry so badly. Oh my God. And I always get some of this on my teeth every time. But that's okay. Blood Milk's message is also lovely. Like, they make morning jewelry, and they make some very special spiritual pieces, and I've been in love with their stuff for as long as I can remember, but I just never, I don't treat myself because everything's several $100s, and rightfully so. You know, it's unique, it's handmade, but I can't be dropping money like that. I did, however, treat myself to Omnia ring, and Omnia jewelry is also very beautiful and spiritual and a bit darker, you know, and I like that. And I treated myself to one of their rings when it was on sale. It was like a lunar ring. I couldn't afford to get like the moon in the middle of it, like the stone, so I just got like a clear see-through one, but it was on sale, and then they also had a discount code, so I wound up being $100, and I was like, I gotta get it now, because, you know, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, if you guys have time and you like obscure, special, weird, spiritual-ish, darker jewelry, check out Omnia, check out Blood Milk. Obviously, I'm not sponsored. I fucking wish I was. I'd wear all the things. But yeah, this completes the... Oh, wait, it does not complete the look. I'm a fucking liar. We have not contoured with the Shade and Light Contour Palette. This thing has seen its damn day. And let's take this brush here and just, I don't really need to highlight because I already baked and stuff. So I use this lightest shade, and I just kind of dip into it and then slightly dip into the other one. And like, holy crap, that is no joke. But it blends out beautifully. I never really use the peach shade in there. I think that would be a beautiful shade for women with darker skin who want to color correct. I do think it's also lovely that she now sells the individual pan refills. That looks so harsh on camera, Jesus. Doesn't look like that in person. But she sells the individual pan refills, which is great. But it would also be great to see her come out with some more individual shades, some lighter and some darker as well, because her audience, you know, comes in all shades and sizes, and we need some more shades, cat. All right, so now that completes the look, and I'm all set. I wish I was going somewhere because I am feeling myself right now. I think it looks super cute. If you like this one brand tutorial, let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to let me know what you think I should go for as for Halloween. Let me know what you think I should dress up as. I would really look forward to hearing that. I love you guys so much. If you like this, thumbs it up, support me, that helps and stuff. And follow my social media if you are interested in my weird life. And I'll see you guys later.